down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
What up, Savvy investors? This is your friend, Steve VanCauwenbergh, the Savvy Landlord. You tuned in to the Savvy Radio Show. Bing, bing, boom, boom. I'm excited that you tuned in and that you are a continual improver of your life, an educator of self. Yep, educator of self and of growing. Well, first of all, this episode, man, I'm kind of excited. First of all, why am I excited? Because my homie that I love, mad love to Russ Jennings, Oklahoma City, he sent me this article, and I was like, at first I wasn't interested in it because the title is, These Are the Top 37 Things You Regret When You're Old. But, you know, I really need to give a shout out to your friends. You know, I have friends that were thinking of me, sent this out, and he's always gentle. And what I love about Russ is that he is a contributor. What are you? Are you a contributor? Are you a taker? And when I coach young kids, I educate them, look out for the takers because they will drain you. What kind of person are you? Are you contributing to other people? Are you contributing to someone else's success? Or you're just a contributor? Are you the guy that just calls up and asks questions without saying thank you? Are you the guy that just wants more information but doesn't know how to pay back? Whoa, I'm getting all kind of juicy on it. But anyway, let's stop that all juicy. But anyway, when I saw this article, and man, it motivated me, and I was like, man, I need to do a podcast on this. I don't know why. There's somebody out there with regrets, and let me tell you, at 43 years old, life hasn't been easy for me. It seems to be easy. But in the beginning of life, my lifestyle, if you don't know, my dad left when I was 2. My brother went to a foster home. I lived majority of my life in a 1-bedroom apartment where my mom worked 3 jobs and lived in the living room. And it was a you know, I was just hollering at somebody a minute ago. You know, had such a extreme low self-esteem. I mean, I'm talking about to the point there was times when I was looking in the mirror and I was like, I didn't want to live. But, man, later through life, and you could say it's real estate, later through life, I think through education, and I think great articles and friends make you better. And so I'm going to go through these. This is found on a website called educateinspireandchange.org. That's educateinspirechange.org. I did not write these. I'm just commentating on them or ranting, whatever you want to say. But let's get in. Number 1 out of the 37 things that you will regret when you're older: not traveling when you had the chance. Well, first of all, I just am studying taxes right now, and I'm involved with Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm getting all into their stuff again, and I'm reading their stuff, and he has a book called The Tax-Free Wealth. And he's like, if you love to travel, invest in where you want to travel, and you will get a tax deduction. I mean, I love that concept. I'm like, thank you, government, for giving me my money that I earned back through tax deduction through traveling. But the number one thing that people say when they're getting old that they regret is that they're not traveling when they had the chance. Traveling becomes infinitely harder for older as you get. It's obvious, right? You can't walk up hills. You can't go sightseeing. You can't go mountain climbing or doing the things that you want to do today. So don't let that hinder you. You're young. If you're single or dating or even married, figure out a way, go travel and do it. Number 2 is not learning another language. You'll kick yourself when you realize that 3 years of language in high school and you remember none of it. You know, I use Babbel. It's an awesome service, or Duolingo and Babbel. And just to keep up on my Spanish, and I love Spanish, the language of love. Maybe not, but my wife is Hispanic. Her family has some Spanish-speaking people that I enjoy. And, you know, I do regret that now already at 43 years old. All right, number 3, staying in a bad relationship. Ooh, man, this is probably, I'm that type of person to try to think that I'm helping somebody. If you're still in a bad relationship and you think you're helping somebody, you're actually ruining that, okay? You're ruining yourself, and you just wasted a bunch of time, and you missed the opportunity that you could have hung out with the right person. And I think that I'm just fortunate that I am married to a wonderful woman, but there was a lot of people, they were great girls, but, you know, not a lot of them per se, and I just hung in there a little bit longer. And I could have missed an opportunity. That gal, maybe I wasn't the husband for her. And so here's a trick that I do is that in my phone, back then when I was younger, I would put in 6 months. So if I'm dating, 3 months in, I'm dating. And then 6 months later, say it's December 15th, I look at my phone and as a reminder it says, are you in the relationship that you want to be in? Is this the person that you're going to marry? Do you want to be with this person? How is this relationship going? So on and so forth. All right, number 4, foregoing sunscreen. Interesting. This is a poll. What do people regret? Wrinkles, moles, skin cancer can largely be avoided if you protect your skin. You can use coconut oil if you're not down with the chemicals. So don't forget the sunscreen out there. Missing the chance. Number 5, missing the chance to see your favorite musician. Bang. This guy said, boom, he forgot to see Nirvana. To be honest, I forgot. Well, I should have saw Michael Jackson, right? The dude just straight up died overnight. And what a great performer. What a great musician. Just all around, staple in our generation or my generation. And, about 40 years from now, he won't be as remembered, but I should have had a chance to see him. And if there's an artist that you want to go see or a musician or a band, Madonna, I don't know, U2. I did see U2. I did see Black Eyed Peas. They were on my list. Beastie Boys may be on your list. I don't know how old you are. I guess Britney Spears, but go see an artist, save the cash, go do it. Number 6, people regret being scared to do things. When you look back, what were you really afraid of? And this is something I was actually going to try to do a podcast on this pretty soon, but the person that I was 2 years ago is not the same person today. And just for a quick kind of example was about 2 years ago, I needed a refrigerator. In it, I was looking at like $1,700 refrigerators, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's outrageous!" And of course, I waited for a Lowe's opportunity sale and coupon because if you know about coupons. And now, 2 years later, I was looking at $3,000 refrigerators and locked one up for $2,000. I mean, I'm not the same person that I was before. You should not be in the same economic bracket that you were 2 years ago. If you're in the same position you were a year later, there's something wrong. To change that, the more books you read and the people you meet. Books you read, the people you meet. But being scared of doing things is a big regret. Get out of your comfort zone. Push yourself to get out of the comfort zone. Number 7, failing to make physical fitness a priority. Listen, 43 years old, overweight lover, and I'm on it, right? 43 effing years later, now I'm like, what the? And that's the biggest regret. That should be number 1. I mean, the more cheeseburgers you eat, the more that it cuts off your life. If you want to be a baller and you want to live longer, okay, baller, yep, I put it in the same sentence. Baller, live longer, bang, bang, boom, boom. Watch the movie What the Health. It's on Netflix. You can probably find it on YouTube somewhere. What the Health. Amazing. If you don't have Netflix and you live in Oklahoma City and you want to hang out, I'm telling you, I've watched the movie almost 3 times. Come to the VanCauwenberghs, text me, Facebook me. We will schedule a time for you to come on in, and I will love to break off and show you that movie. I even have the DVD coming.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioShow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.